Well, hi there again. Last time I promised that I was going to give you the number one concept, the number one thing that changed my life. Really changed my life. And we also talked last time about how the mind is a computer filled with programs that have been placed in there a long time ago. Typically, 80% of our programming is put into place in our minds prior to the age of 5. It kills me when I'm in a... Okay, poor choice of words. It bothers me when I am in a public place and I see a little child and their parent telling them, no, money doesn't grow on trees. No, you're not capable of doing that. That's programming going straight into their minds. When I began the journey of recreating my life and becoming what I would call enlightened, I was coming from a Christian church, non-denominational, spirit-filled Christian church. Now, at a very early age, I was Jewish. I grew up Jewish. A friend of mine and I proved scientifically when we were teenagers that there was no God. And so I lived most of my late teen years as an atheist. It wasn't until my early 20s where that same friend shared with me an experience that he had gone through that led him to become a born-again Christian. And I followed suit and did the same thing, which was a wonderful thing because during those days, I learned the Bible. I was always focused on what I called practical Christianity, which is how can I use the Bible, the information in the Bible, to improve my life, to make my life better. And over over 2 decades of being a born-again Christian, I learned that there were many verses in the Bible that I could use in daily practice, in daily living my life, that was beneficial to my life. And as I came to the period in time where the Christian church was no longer the right place for me, the verse I held on to was be ye... I apologize for the King James here. And it just occurred to me, I may have put this in a video previously. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. How could I be transformed? By the renewing of your mind. Well, what does that look like? Well, I began with education. I began with the things that I wanted to know, which at that time was, I really wanted to know about manifestation. I wanted to learn how to manifest, which is very much, it's actually not the topic of the event this Saturday. This Saturday, the event on July 15th is a precursor. It sets up the mind to be willing and open to learning the next step. And then the event following that, which I'll be doing in September, will get into manifestation. But I really wanted to learn how to manifest and create in my life the things I desired. And the first step, the key step that I had to take was to be transformed. I wanted to transform my life. I wanted a different life. I wanted a life filled with happiness and joy and the fulfillment of everything that I desired. And so what I latched onto was to be transformed by the renewing of my mind, by learning, by studying, by researching. There was another verse that struck me many, many years earlier, and I interpreted it slightly differently than most people do. which is God will give you the desires of your heart. Well, most people might read that and think God's going to give me a Mercedes Benz. But no. For me, what that verse said was that God would place into my heart the desires that I am going to have, even before I know that I have them. And so between those two verses, that God has placed into me a desire to help others, a desire to have a wonderful life, a desire to teach others how easy it is to have a perfect life. Well, between those two verses, my friends, that's how I became who I am today. And we will dig into that a little further next time.